My name is Eddie from Impact Collective and Meant to Live Foundation. I'm a former alum from George Mason University. I was actually here at this school when the Johnson Center was not here. We used to hang out at Sub 1 at the Rathskeller. That was our jam. But a couple of years into it, they started building the JC, which is where we are right now. So we are full circle. And I'm here with you to talk to you about my career, my life, and the impact that we are making. So when I graduated Mason, I had a degree in communications. I was focusing on marketing, and I was part of the program board at George Mason doing events like Patriots Day and Mason Day, working with bands, which I love. Music is my passion. My senior year, we booked the Roots as part of Mason Day. We had a 3-day Mason Day with actually 2 stages and about 5,000 people. At the time, they had said it was the biggest one they had ever had. So I had my love for music, and I moved on into the real world doing concert promotion and concert production as well. Going from there, I had a love for the field, but I realized that there was a lot of other opportunities out there that made more money. So along my career, I decided to experiment in different jobs. I got into sales, and back in the day was the tech boom. We were doing IT sales, selling software, selling internet services, and that's where the money was. But I quickly realized it was not for me. Even though it was great, having a bigger bank account, I was not doing something that I was passionate for and something that I believed in. Then from that point, God led me actually into a different field, which was nonprofit. I started working and doing events and marketing and promotions and galas for a nonprofit that helped orphans in Egypt, which is where my parents are from. And although, again, there was not much money in nonprofit, I found my love for what I was doing. It was then that I realized what my purpose was. My purpose was to help other people and to do what I love and to follow my passion, and eventually the money would come later. And so years and years and years of being a nonprofit and not making a whole lot of money and living on a shoestring budget and just trying to make ends meet while, believe it or not, my brother and my friends were working for big consulting firms and making really good money and having management positions and buying houses. I was eating ramen noodles like I was at George Mason University. Not much has changed in that department. But thankfully, years later, it all came together. I launched my own company that produced concerts and handles event management and weddings. It was called Impact Collective. And then 3 years after that, I started Meant to Live Foundation. And with Meant to Live, it was based on a song by Switchfoot that inspired the name. Switchfoot was one of my favorite bands. They had this song that talks about how we were meant to live for so much more. And that's exactly what the organization is about. It's about living the life that we live, but there's more to the life than we're living. There's a greater purpose than the life that we're living. There's more that we could be doing, that we were designed to actually do more than we're doing now. Now, there's nothing wrong with the regular life that we have and playing it safe and doing our thing and getting through life and getting through challenges and moving forward and just doing you. But there's got to be a question that you ask yourself. Were you made to be ordinary, or were you made to be extraordinary? And finally it came to me through a revelation that I was made to be extraordinary, that I was made to do greater things, that I was made to use my talents and my gifts to help other people, especially people that are disadvantaged, people that are living in poverty. Meant to Live Foundation started by helping orphans in Zambia. My brother, ironically, who was working at Accenture as an IT manager, doing really well, making 6 figures, got called into service as a priest and moved with his wife to Lusaka, Zambia, where he started an organization. He served thousands of people there, and there was a great need for orphans running around the community with no clothes, no shoes, and certainly no parents. We were blessed to have parents. To this day, we're very thankful to have that, but they did not have that benefit. So we decided to help them by using our great resources that we have here, both in America and also ones that we were sending through onto to Zambia. So years later, here we stand with 223 orphans. We help them by providing medical access. We provide education, which helps lift them out of poverty. It's their way of breaking that cycle, that vicious cycle of poverty that their parents went through. If they lost a parent, maybe their father passed away from poverty, or maybe their mother died of HIV/AIDS. These things do happen in the world, especially in Africa, where there are 6,500 people a day dying. So we felt fortunate, we felt blessed, we felt gifted. We wanted to use our resources to help these people. We felt obligated that there's no way we can sit in our comfortable houses and drive our air-conditioned cars and go to Starbucks and feel perfectly honest and feel good about what we were doing. We felt like we needed to do something, and why not? We were the ones that were blessed. We were the ones that were given more opportunity. If I was born and raised in Zambia, I would expect you who are watching this video to give at least $1.12 a day to pay for my education, to help me get out of poverty and help me have a new life. Every child in the world deserves a chance to start over and not just be given the life that they're given and not just be a victim of their circumstances. And we also believe that where you live should never determine whether you get to live. So that's why Meant to Live is all about that. It's about living. It's about us living to our greater purpose and our greater calling in life, but it's also about them living to their full potential by the help that we're able to provide. You can certainly learn more about our organization at menttolive.org. That's ment2live.org. And you'll be watching a video that will also tell you more about what we do. But before we end, I got to put this challenge back on to you, the viewer. I finally, after graduation, years later, discovered what my purpose was. But what I'm asking you to do right now is ask yourself, what is your purpose? Is your purpose just to go to school and hang out with friends and go to parties and get your diploma and move on to the real world? Or do you have a greater purpose in life that you just don't know about yet? This is where you need to examine yourself and dig deep and ask who you are and do some soul searching about what makes you tick and what you're passionate about and what you love to do and who is it that you feel compassionate to. For me, it was poverty because my parents grew up in poverty in Egypt and immigrated to America for the American dream. They had nothing but a couple $100s and they could not speak English, and they had to learn the hard way by getting fired by many jobs and finally learning the language and escalating into engineering positions and finally owning their own businesses and living the American dream before we saw success. They did it the hard way, but they certainly succeeded by God's grace. Now, what about you? Is it somebody that you know in your life that's disabled? Has somebody in your life gone through cancer? Is somebody in your life a veteran that has been wounded? Certainly there's something in life, someone in life that has touched you or affected you, or maybe it's you yourself, but maybe you could ask yourself how you can help them. You've been given gifts, and you've been given this great opportunity to go to one of the most amazing schools in this state, George Mason University. I'm a very proud patriot of this school. And so you're here at this school with so many wonderful opportunities. What are you going to do with your education? What are you going to do with your resources? That's my question to you. That's our homework assignment for this class, is to write down and report back what you can do differently. And lastly, I'm so grateful to my parents and to God for giving me the life that I've been given, and so fortunate and so blessed. And that's why for you, I ask you to do the same thing. Who is it in your life that you want to thank? Who is it that deserves recognition right now? Who is it that when you get this video and you watch this video to the very end, you can share this video with somebody else, or you can put this video away and pick up the phone, right, the phone, the telephone, not just a text, not just a Facebook message, not just an email, but the telephone, and call somebody up and say, because of you, I am where I am, and because of you, I'm going to go to great places, and because of you, I'm very thankful for the life you've given me. Again, my name is Eddie Pham. I've been really happy to be with you today.